Hello everyone, welcome back to another installment of Life Stories. My name is Trent. We are back as usual with Reddit/idontworkherelady. Let's get started. Our first story is titled, Military Karen. I work on an IT help desk that's phone number is one off from a military benefits help desk number. We tend to get the other help desk calls several times a week, which makes it often enough to include it in the initial training for new employees. Normally, the person on the other end has misdialed. We provide the right phone number and go our separate ways amicably. On one particular occasion, Sergeant Karen called and would not believe me that she had dialed the wrong number. While I appreciate that she was trying to get her family the benefits her military service more than deserved, I could not help her get them. So our cast is SK, Sergeant Karen, me, and AS, Awesome Supervisor. Phone rings. Me. Thank you for calling my help desk. This is me. How can I help you? This is Sergeant Karen. I need to get string of benefits, insurance, etc. for myself and my family. I'm sorry, you've called the incorrect help desk line for that. Let me get the number for the other help. No, she interrupted. This is the number for the other help desk, and you will help me now. I have children, and they need to be covered on my insurance. I'm sorry, ma'am, but this is not the other help desk. This help desk is for reporting IT issues from employees of my organization. Our number is one off from that one, so it's possible you misdialed. It happens all the time. I did not misdial. I know I called the right number. This is the number I have, and you will help me now. Ma'am, I'm telling you, this is not the other help desk. If I could help you, I would, but I don't work there, and I have no way of accessing their systems. Let me speak to your supervisor. Yes, ma'am. I transfer the call to my awesome supervisor, who sits the next cubicle over. AS says, "This is my help desk. This is AS. How may I..." "No, ma'am, this is not the other help desk." "Well, be that way then, lady." SK hung up abruptly when my supervisor confirmed that this was indeed not the number for the other help desk. Again, we had the same thing happen with the golf course last episode. This is why, let me tell you, after one help desk job, I avoid them like the plague. Moving on, our next story is titled, Sir, I'm sorry, I don't speak French. Found this sub today, and just remembered that I do, in fact, have a story to share. This happened about 7 years ago, so my memory of the event is a little hazy. So, some backstory. At the tender age of 13, I developed cancer. All good now, though, and had the chance to make a wish at the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Who would have guessed? This is relevant. My wish ended up being to go to Disneyland Paris, which was fulfilled almost a year later when I was 14. Now, as I was there due to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I had to wear a lanyard that acted like a fast pass/VIP sort of deal. I was fairly tall for a 14-year-old girl, 5'7" or taller, I don't remember. And since I was still recovering, I was still a little emaciated, which meant that my defined jawline was sticking out, making me look older. Now, the event didn't happen until the last day, when my parents, siblings, and I had gone into the gift shop. I was wearing my lanyard and some fairly plain clothes. As I was browsing for a souvenir, a sort of harried-looking man came up to me and hits me with some rapid-fire French, all whilst I was very bewildered. He clearly wanted to know where something was, but unfortunately, I didn't work there, and I couldn't understand him. My poor 14-year-old self had to say, in slow, sort of broken French, Pardon, je ne parle pas français? Which I barely remembered from French lessons I had in the past. He got the hint, and I think he apologized before wandering off. Years later, it still baffles me, but I feel like it was the lanyard that did it. What do you know? I'm studying French right now too, and so I get to speak it very poorly for all you lovely people. Our next story is titled, Stop Vaping in Front of My Kids. That's a very 2020 title for you. To make this simple, I use an inhaler. I use it when I work out and when I'm sick. Because with asthma, those are the times it's really hard to breathe. I always keep one on me and have an extra one in my locker when I go to the gym. The gym I go to is owned by a college, and the college kids get to use it for free. But townsfolk have to pay $80, which is the family price, for it. So our cast is Susan, entitled lady, RE, real employee, BT, bratty teenager, and me. Well, you know, me. I was at the gym after I got all done with my workout. I was sweaty and had on black shorts with my high school logo on my golden t-shirt. The people who work there wear orange t-shirts with the name of the college on it, and black slacks, so I obviously didn't work there. But I wouldn't be here if someone didn't think I did. I was walking to the locker, and this lady walked out. Enter Susan, and BT. I took my inhaler out of my pocket and used it, then started to get a drink of water at the water fountain. I hear a gasp, and I get shoved. I inhale sharply out of instinct and start to choke on water. I cough. A lot. Why are you vaping in front of my little girl? You shouldn't be vaping at work. I finally stop coughing long enough to grab my inhaler again. But as I try to get some medicine, she snatches it out of my hand. You're so stupid. You act like you can't live without your stupid vape. Newsflash, I can't. I grab the inhaler out of her fat little hand and get the medication inside me so I can fully breathe again. Jesus, what is wrong with your generation? Always using your jewels and vapes. Have you even seen an inhaler? I have asthma, lady. No, you don't. My friend has asthma, and she doesn't have one of those vapes. It's an inhaler. It's not a vape. This is medicine. Then why does smoke come out? Because of pressure in the inhaler. Listen, kid, I'll let you get away with your vaping, even though you just scarred my precious baby. Her daughter wasn't much younger than me. But you have to get us towels. Go ask the lady at the front desk. I can't go back there. I don't work here. Yes, you do. You're wearing a school shirt. Of the high school, the only one in town. This is a high school shirt, and the employees have college shirts. Lying about vaping and working here. I will get you fired. By this point, she was screaming at me. RE heard the noise and came out of the corner. He got the lady to follow him as she was yelling about me. He explained everything and got her the towels. She didn't even accuse me of vaping when I saw her leaving with a pale face. And that's the end of that one. Yeah, you get 'em, lady. Dang kids with their vapes and jewels and fidget spinners. Our next story is titled, Stop Lying, I Want Her Fired. A little background. I work in a retail store inside a shopping mall, and we're required to wear all black. Our store doesn't have a washroom, but a larger store down the hall does have a public washroom, which is closer to me than any others, so I usually just head down there when I gotta go. Now, the employees at this store also wear all black, but they have name tags with the company logo that they all wear on their shirt. I'm usually wearing a lanyard with my company name on it that I take off when leaving the store. On this particular day, though, I left it on. It isn't uncommon for myself and my coworkers to be mistaken for employees at this store. And we have customers ask us if we're working or if we can help them with something, but once we say that we don't actually work there, everyone has an awkward chuckle and moves on with their day. That is not what happened with this entitled Karen. So our cast is me, EK, entitled Karen, and employee. So anyways, I'm walking through the store towards the washroom when EK huffs and pulls herself off the mattress she was testing. She looked around with her arms crossed, and you could see her eyes narrow as she saw me walking towards her direction. Excuse me. I knew she was wanting a question answered, so I put my hands up and said, I'm sorry, I don't work here. She looked me up and down. You obviously do. Look, I was just wondering. No, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't work here. I showed her my company's logo and told her where I worked, down at another store. Okay, well, you work at the mall, so you can still help me. I need this, but I wanted to talk about financing. I'm in a hurry and just want to get this done. I really can't help you with that. I'm just trying to use the washroom and get back to work. Don't you dare lie to me. I told you I'm in a hurry. And I told you I don't work here. There's a service desk down that way you can try. She was fuming, and her face was going red. A few people had walked by, but no employees, so I tried to just walk away, but she stepped out in front of me. You are going to help me with this, and then you can do whatever the heck you want, okay? No, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I turned around to head back to my store and shake off this crazy woman when an actual store employee headed over. Ugh, maybe you can help me. I want her fired. She doesn't work for us, the employee said. Stop lying. I want the manager. Okay, if you'll just follow me. And she is coming too. and points at me. No, I'm just going to go to the washroom and head back to work. No, you're coming to speak to the manager about how to better serve your customers. I just shook my head and walked off, which sent her into a screaming fit. She was yelling at the employee, and any customers who walked by them eventually stormed off in another direction. Nothing ever came of this. I still laugh with my coworkers about this whenever we almost forget to leave our lanyards. Sorry about the length, but that's my top I don't work here story. You know, for anybody who works at a place that requires you to wear a lanyard, I'm pretty sure this story hits home. And with that hitting home, that's all the time we actually have today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in to Life Stories. My name is Trent. As usual, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Reddit content coming soon, and I hope to see you guys later.